One of your best ideas of all time was the reportedly, allegedly song, which I'm just saying TNT could have used our services last night and asked to use that song. And of course we would have let them because it's a bop and we want more respect for it.
For a fee?
But as the day is going on yesterday, you start seeing tricklings of Doc Rivers as the front runner to land the Milwaukee Bucks opening. And by the time you get to the TNT broadcast last night, there was a report. It's not a quote, it's an actual report. But we're so accustomed in this NBA world to only listening to things that come from Woj or Shams or a handful of other NBA insiders. One of those is typically not CNN. But CNN reported that Doc Rivers had accepted the Milwaukee Bucks head coaching position. And it starts making its rounds, and you're constantly refreshing your page and your notifications, trying to figure out where's Woj, where's Shams, why is there this radio silence? TNT goes with it, which makes sense because TNT and CNN are both owned by Warner Brothers. So on the TNT broadcast last night, they say that the Milwaukee Bucks have hired Doc Rivers. Weirdly enough, during that broadcast, they go from that report, then they go to NBA Insider. Their NBA Insider, Chris Haynes, does an interview with Russell Westbrook. Immediately following that interview, he hops on Twitter and he tweets that they are continuing to work towards a deal, but there is no agreement in place as of now. I love a media mystery playing out between a Tuesday night and a Wednesday morning. And as of this morning, Woj has still gone with the engaged in convo. Shams has gone with the leader in the pack. But Doc Rivers still hasn't officially been named the head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks. The funniest thing possible now would be if he's not. Like, what if he's not? And what if CNN is the new basketball insider that none of us anticipated?
Why are we this way? Why can't we let things happen and then report on them once they've been made official?
But
let things happen
it's one of them.
and then report on it after it's happened.
That's silly.
Also,
that makes too much sense.
if you've got this scoop and you're the CNN staffer, why not just report it? Why not put your name to it?
So CNN didn't even have an article. That article that you showed didn't get posted until after midnight. So somebody on the case starts working this, and it's like, who is the CNN source?
Okay.
Or who is the CNN reporter breaking this news? And all CNN would answer in terms of why there wasn't anything up on their website was they were busy with New Hampshire primary coverage, which, duh, New Hampshire primary coverage, and the firing and hiring of the new Milwaukee Bucks head coach in the same day in the middle of the season. Like, right up there, but their resources were dedicated elsewhere. We will never know, or we might know someday.
CNN didn't need all those people in New Hampshire. There's way too many people there.
Also, like,
how many people do you
know how
need?
this is going, right?
Yeah, like, how many people do you really need in New Hampshire sitting in diners telling us about this thing? Like, there's got to be other stuff going on. So I'm glad that CNN decided to talk about something that's really important, like the Milwaukee Bucks coach search and Doc Rivers.
Do you think Doc Rivers, if reportedly, allegedly, does go on to be named the head coach, is he the guy that gets the Bucks their second championship?
No, how many teams like this has Doc had?
So many.
And how many championships does he have? Okay. And that one was 09?
Yes.
08? When was that Celtics
What
championship?
year was that? Oh.
Because I think Kobe went 09, 10, and 10,
08.
11.
It was 08.
Yeah. No.
He was coach of the year all the way back in 2000.
Really
Great
good coach.
Good coach.
Really good
Yeah,
coach.
I'm not taking away
really
from
good
that.
coach. Let me be clear. But he's had those Celtics teams, and he's had the Clippers, who were just loaded. And he had the Philadelphia 76ers, who were also loaded. And I don't think he got to I know he didn't get to an NBA final. Did he get to a conference final with either one of those? I don't think he ever got to a conference final with the Clippers or with the 76ers. Yeah, no, I don't think he is the one. I get if you're the Bucks saying, hey, we know immediately that this isn't going to work. I get going after Doc Rivers as like a backup option or a third option. I would hope they'd have something else lined up. You can't make this move and not know exactly what you're going to do if you're the Bucks.
No, and you would assume that well, you don't assume anything because then you make an ass out of you and me. But Giannis has to play a part in who gets hired here. One would imagine because Giannis was a part of the coaching search conversations back during the offseason, and the rumors were that at the time he didn't want Nick Nurse, or was one of the reasons why the Bucks ended up going with Adrian Griffin versus Nick Nurse, which in hindsight isn't looking all that great because of what Nick Nurse has managed in Philadelphia this year and the success of the Sixers. But you want something. You don't want to waste the duo of Giannis Antetokounmpo and Damian Lillard.
The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hart, live every weekday at 8 a.m.